Hello everyone. Today we are reviewing Toyota IQ head unit. So this is a screen with an Android Auto. So basically, let's unbox it and assemble it. So as you can see, this is the box. There's nothing special on it. Just a good box. So just to explain, I'm putting some voiceover on this video because there was a lot of background noise on the original video. So yeah, that's why I'm recording with the voiceover. So when you open the box, we have instructions manual. These comes in different languages, and it's not specific for this unit, but it helps a lot on checking what the cables are for. And then there's a special installation instructions for this specific unit on how to install it, where to secure what, and how it will end up looking. So inside the box we have the main screen. So this is a big screen. Let's just unwrap it. So a big screen. You have 6 buttons plus the volume knob in the middle. So the buttons are okay-ish. The center button is actually good, so there's a good feeling when pressing and rotating. But the other buttons are a bit squishy. Not that bad, but could be better. There's USB-C connector over on the right hand side and the USB-A on the bottom. There's also 2 magnetic holders for your phone. So these are magnets. You can stick a small piece of metal on your phone and then hold it next to the screen. So inside the box, so there's more padding. There's a bag of cables, and there's the unit that stays inside the dashboard that replaces the CD player. So you have here the connector for the screen, for this big cable with a lot of pins, and in the back there's more connectors. So there's nothing else inside the box. So let's go through the cabling. So inside we have these 2 metal discs. So these are to glue to your phone, so you then hold the phone on the magnets. These are actually really strong. So I'm using this now with a glue directly on the phone, and then the phone has a case and still glues. It still sticks very nicely. These are not magnetic. The magnetic side is on the radio unit. We have here the GPS antenna with double-sided tape on it. And there's a USB cable, so this connects to the inside unit and you can have more USB ports. This auxiliary cable and also a SIM card. So this unit has a 4G and that's where you put the SIM card. All these are for aux and auxiliary and amplifiers, so, and also the microphone. On this installation, we'll only use the microphone, so nothing else will be used. This cable is to connect to the original head unit cables. So the original one connects to the white connector and the black connector connects to the unit. This is the 4G antenna, another USB cable, the microphone. So this has a long wire so you can route it around. Yeah, and then we have the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi antennas. So they are just wire antennas. That blue long one cable says brake. I don't know if it's connected to the brake when the car is braking for the unit to know something. And then there's the yellow ones for the camera, for the reverse camera. If you have a reverse camera, in this case, we are not installing a reverse camera. And then we have the antenna cable, so it's basically a right angle adapter. Of course, not like this that you connect it, but it connects to the unit here, and this one connects to the original antenna. This blue wire, I have no idea what it is. I assume it's like an AM antenna. So this is everything that comes the with this head unit. Let's put everything um, on the table here so you can see what's inside the box. So here we are. This is a Toyota IQ from 2009. Yeah, it's already old. It's a 1.4 diesel with a basic trim. So first of all, let's remove these so then we can install the new head unit here. So this one, you just pull forward. That's it. And there are some connectors inside that just need to be disconnected. So what I'm seeing here is not that easy to take this one apart. So I'll just leave it here, and to avoid scratching it, I'll put here some cloth underneath. And that will be it. Then I'll take the opportunity to clean these. And it's already disintegrating, so 15 years, that's what we have. In Toyotas, it's this foamy disintegrating. So let's leave it like this. So this is easy to disconnect. Actually, it's better so this part can bend a little bit more. Yeah. So now let's remove these. Now there are some screws underneath. Let me try and find them. So here you'll have to remove these two M10 screws. Just find a long socket and take them out. No, not yet. Okay, so you remove these two 10mm screws and then push forward, and this comes out. Okay, so now need to disconnect the cables in the back, and yeah. Okay, so now this is out, and we now need to remove the old CD. Actually, I need to connect this back because I have a CD inside that I forgot to cut. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so then we'll remove these and put the new head unit here and try to connect to all those cables. So yeah, so now I have this one. I need to disassemble this part, put this one there, and put the screen. So let's do this now. So I don't need the cables for now. Let's put them away. Need to find somewhere to put here so I don't scratch this surface. So let's start by removing these. So two on each side, and it should come out. Let's see. These are M8. And I think these two screws here also need to come out. Now this comes out. Okay, so this we don't need. And now let's see how this actually assembles there. So the idea is that the flat cable goes through this slot. So the color actually matches very nicely. But this, I think it's not yet in place. There's one thing that I don't like on this one. It's not centered. So you'll see when I put it on the car. But you see the center of the radio? It's not centered with the panel. So my OCD doesn't like it, but it's better than old radios, so I need to get used to it. So okay, so this goes in, just snaps in place, no screws. There are actually two screws that I completely missed when I was unboxing this, and I'll show you a picture where they should go. So this is supposed just to clip in place, you see? So there's some, but it actually doesn't. It actually clips very nicely in place, you just need to be a bit more persistent on it. So you see it doesn't reach this side to clip in place. So this is the one that I just tried to apply. Focus, and it's already a bit effective. So this should go in there. Let's try again. So as you can see, there's no screws here. Aha! Okay, so what you need to do is actually lay this flat on the surface, the screen. It's not perfect, but then you will hear these popping out here. So they're all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all popped out. Now this is supposed to be in place. So as I said previously, there are actually two screws that screw these in place to prevent it from coming out. So the screws goes into these small holes, so this will never come out again. So now we have the screen assembled. You can see the color, it's not bad. Actually sits nicely. Now the unit here inside. So I don't know how to put this on the table. Where's the unit? It's here. So now this goes like this, but before I need to put here the frames that we took out before. So let's. Good. So now this goes here. Can already connect this one.
and this goes here. Until this is screwing to plastic, so just tight fit. That's it. So now this is as fully assembled, you can see. And let's see what we have to connect here. So we have 2 screws left, so they're not used here. This is okay-ish, only 2 points. So still here, let's see where the cables connect to. So this one goes to the black one, and here is the, let me get the CD player where everything was connected. So this is the old one, so you see that these, so basically these are the same. So this is that one, this is that one, this is this one. So this is to connect to the original car cabling, and this goes there, the black. We have one here, this pink one says back. Let me get the manual and see, because I don't have a reverse camera. I didn't bought the reverse camera with this one, so this back is probably to connect to the reverse, so it turns automatically the back camera. But let me get the manual to see if it says something. So the manual has some things, but not exactly this cable. So yeah, I don't know what that pink one is, so probably not needed. So this one, the manual explains what it is. So it's all here. You can pause the video if you want. So it's all these ones. No, actually these ones here. Even though this unit is not exactly the same as this unit, because you see that it's not in the same places. So yeah, whatever. What I know is that this is the SIM card. I need to put it somewhere accessible. So if I eventually want to put the SIM card in, and these ones will not be connected at all at the time, except for the microphone, because I don't have any amp or aux in or anything. But because this is one connector, I need to put it in the car. What else? So this is for the antenna, and I don't know what's this. I have no idea. And then this one, they say that even though if this is to connect the back camera, it says camera here, but on the manual it says even though if you don't have a back camera, you should connect this, because these are actually the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth antennas. Yeah, these are antennas. Okay, so let's go to the car and put this back in. So we are back in the car. So before assembling these, we need to put the antennas in place, mainly the GPS and the 4G antenna. Because the IQ, this is just here, I will just probably put the antennas, they fit perfectly in between the insulation and the plastic trim, so I think I'll just leave them there. And yeah, I hope it doesn't rattle in the future. It will probably will, so I'll probably just glue them inside up. Let me check. This has this insulation here for noise. Yeah, there's a flat surface underneath, so I'll just connect these, just glue them so they don't rattle. and that's it, because there the unit will stay around here. It will not go all the way back, so there will be nothing on top, so there will be a lot of reception, I hope, for everything. So this goes there. Perfect. So now I have this huge long cable that I need to put away. And the GPS antenna, I'll put it also there. But I don't know if it works better like this or like that. So this one probably just goes. Like here. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. That's it. Why is this tangled here? Good. Now, the worst part is the microphone.
So the microphone cable, I ended up routing it through the entire central console, and then on next to the footliner above the pedals, through the rubber, the door rubber on the left, until the top next to the A pillar. Just need to be careful to route the cable inside the airbag, so it does not affect if your airbag goes on.
And now this one, it's something that basically when to put the SIM card in, it's not something that you do every day. So, but it needs to stay around here because that is not that long. So what I'll do, I'll just, because I'm not using a SIM card now, and because this is so easy to remove, I just pull it out. I'll just leave it inside like that, or around here. Probably glue double-sided here. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Double-sided tape here, and then you have access to put the SIM card. Okay, so let's make these cables a bit more tidy. So I'm back. Already connected here. So on the manual it says that this USB cable is to be used for the Android Auto. I hope that these, I don't know if these will be usable because it's so close to this. I hope that this one is also can be also used for the Android Auto. Otherwise, yeah, I need to route this somewhere. This is again the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth antenna. So let's now connect all the wires. Now everything should work, so let's turn it on before. There you go.
I then proceeded with checking if the basic functions were working, all the buttons and the radio. And then my camera went off and I ended up assembling everything off camera. And now we'll go through the software.
Everyone, so we are next day. I already played around with the software of these, so I can tell you how it works and what are the basic functions and the most important ones. So as you can see, I already changed the theme on these, but before that, let's go through the buttons and what they do. So we have a home button, it goes to the home screen. This is the home screen. We have previews and next, so if you are playing songs, you can use them. This is the nav button, so it goes to the predefined navigation that you have. The music goes to either video or music. You saw there was video. If there are videos on USB or internal storage, if you press again, it goes to music. Again, USB or internal storage. And then you have the back button that goes back like the standard Android buttons. On top you have, this is the drawer apps, so you can kill all the apps running, standard Android. This goes to home, and this is the same as back as this button here. An interesting thing is when you turn on the lights, these buttons light up. So that's good for night. And it also tells you, so you see it also dims a little bit the screen. And if you are using navigation, it goes into dark mode. So that's interesting. So let's see what these can do. So on this is not a standard theme, but you can go to apps and use it's similar to the standard themes. It's actually a little bit different. You cannot read the ones underneath. But what you have here is you have a theme, so you can choose themes. It's not connected to the network now, but if you drag down here, you have the standard Android settings. You can turn on Wi-Fi or data. As I said previously, I'm not using a SIM card on these directly, so I'll use a Wi-Fi for now. If you keep pressed, it goes again to your Wi-Fi settings. Let me check why it is not connecting. It's connected this one. Okay, so now it's connected. So if I go to apps, theme, there are loads of themes. Basically this changes your home menu, so it changes this. Yeah, so what else do we have here? We have radio. You can basically FM radio here with RDS, so it gets the names of the radio stations. You can, sorry, this is volume. You can jog here manually. You can go like this, or if you press here, it goes to your next pre-recorded. You can also press here these buttons, and if you press here, if you keep pressed, no, if you keep this pressed, actually go and find the next radio eventually. So standard radio, you have 6 presets here, but if you scroll down, you have 12, go to 18, and then you go to FM2, and you have another 18, and AM, and you have another 18, and then goes to FM1. So these are the radio settings, the basic radio settings. Going back to home, apps, we have APK installer, so this is if you want to install APKs from local storage. CarMate, I think it's to be used when you have a OBD dongle integrated on these. Fun Play, I think you can install more apps. This goes to the settings. I'll go through these settings in a bit. Here you can go to your auxiliary input. There's nothing at the moment, so I don't see anything. Bluetooth settings, so you can pair your phone. Boot animation, if you want to add the boot animation. Chrome, basically it's your Chrome color. I think this is the color of the buttons when I turn on these. Yeah, exactly. So you can change the color of the buttons there. So this Toyota is all yellowish, so let's keep it here like yellow orange tone to match. Come on, make it, okay, let's make it like this so it matches with the colors on the car. Back, what else? We have a DAB radio. I don't have that in Portugal. There's not DAB radio. We have weather, the weather. It gets from the GPS location, it gets the weather for your position. What else? DSP, so you can configure your sound. You can configure by zone. It's not very interesting for the IQ because we have very limited sound on the car. So what else? File Manager, Maps, Google Maps comes pre-installed. Music, you have Play Store, Google GPS test. So this is just a GPS test. It tells you how many satellites you are receiving. What else? iGo P whatever, that's maps that comes integrated with this. Again, we have radio here. Steering wheel, this is very important. I will go through that in a bit. The T-Link 5 also very important. There's a manual also here, so you have 29 pages of the manual of the car. So it tells you a lot of things. Video, if you want to play videos. XCD, VR, I think this is for recording cameras, and we have YouTube also. So the steering wheel is very important, so you can actually map your steering wheel keys to functions on the radio. So for example, I set up the volume plus, volume next, previous and home, as the home is the power button. So for example, if I want to make the power button the Navi button, I press here, Navi, press home, that's it. Okay, now that's interesting because now how do I remove this? Oh, you have press the key to reset. Long. What? I want to remove this. So now how do I remove this? You can use the same button to operate. Okay, so let's see what happens actually. If I press those maps. I don't know, let's reset. Start, reset. Okay, volume up, press up, volume down, press down. Next, the right, previous to the left, and home, pressing the mode / power button. Okay, so now I have volume up, volume down. You see it's working. The other ones are not working now, and home goes back to home. Good. So that's important one is the steering wheel. Another important one is the T-Link. That's the app for the Android Auto. So basically how it works is you don't need to install anything on your phone. You just open T-Link here and you connect your phone through the USB cable that was on the installation. And now these will automatically connect to the Android Auto. Wait a little bit. And we have Android Auto. So fully functional Android Auto, default settings. So we have here all the apps. So Android Auto working. So you can actually listen a radio while using the Android Auto. So you can just go here, radio, it's playing radio, then you go back to the T-Link and you have the Android Auto running. So for now, I'll just disconnect this. So if I disconnect, it will eventually die. What else we have here? So we have a lot of settings. So basically, but these are the main features that you'll use. You get these to use Android Auto and to use a better radio, I think. And then we have a lot of settings. So if you go here to these settings, it opens these special settings menu where you can connect. So you can say Wi-Fi is on by default, otherwise when you put this down it will not be on. It's to where to be connected, the mobile net, mobile data, the display brightness, sound. So for example here you have Navi audio channel if you want mixing or unmixed. General navigation bar buttons if you want to show here on the left hand side. Navigation bar, sleep time, panel light, so follow the headlights, so basically when you turn on the headlights. Here you can choose which internal navigation system you want to use, so you can use maps, or that iGo, the one that comes predefined is this iGo maps. A recorder application selection, so if you have a camera, satellite info goes back to that app that we were showing before. Location goes to the default location settings on Android. App permissions goes again to the Android app permissions. So basically this is just a different setup, more user-friendly for a car compared with the Android settings, and most of these settings are also dependent on this unit. There's many, so reverse, this is probably when you have reversing the camera, you can configure here what shows up, the voice, so which software it will open when you press the voice button. I don't have a voice button here. Accounts, so you can configure Google accounts, language, phone link app, so it's to be this T-Link phone link, system, check if there's any upgrade. Am I connected to the Wi-Fi? Yes. So, and system upgrade. Is there anything? Online upgrade. Current version, check version. So I have the latest version. Time and date, developer options, if you want to do developer options. If you want to go to factory reset. More options goes to the Android standard options. So standard Android menu. Yeah, press that again, and about shows you some information. So that's it. So it's very easy to use. Again, so for example, if I go to this navigation, actually I don't have a Google account yet set up here, but for example if I turn on the lights, it gets dimmed a little bit, but actually on the Android Auto, so for example let's go here and open Android Auto. I noticed this yesterday when I was turning on the lights, the waves were turning into the dark mode. So let's see if that happens again. So turning on the lights, yes, you see waves went to dark mode. Lights off, waves goes to daylight mode. So yeah, that's it. So actually it's I'm very pleased with these. It's nice, it's big screen, it's responsive, and it does what I wanted it to do. So I wanted to have Android Auto and a radio. So basically that's because, you know, on your Toyota IQs or Scion IQs, the radio is a nightmare. Only the driver can change the radio stations, and it's very hard to record stations and to find new stations. So, and with this one, basically you get a standard radio here, and you have a big screen for GPS. So that's great. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked, press the subscribe button below, and just like the video, and yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.